Well, welcome back to Table 1 here at the 24th Annual U.S. Bar Table Championships. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, joined by Brett Baker. A great match coming up here, Brett.
Yeah, we do. We got Jason Klatt and we got Ernesto Dominguez.
Fargo rate says Jason Klatt has a 2-1 advantage in this race to 9 ball. And it's alternating breaks.
We've got to watch Oscar play quite a bit. It's kind of a treat to get to see his dad play here on the
Absolutely.
TV table. He's been a great player out here on the West Coast for years.
And we've seen Jason Klatt several times in this tournament stretch here during the 10 ball and now the 9 ball.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing Jason in the 8 ball. He is one of the best bar table 8 ball players I've ever seen.
Well, that's awesome.
So
So the 8 ball starts on Thursday
yep,
at 10 a.m.
Jason is always seems to be there towards the end.
Yeah, in these games where, you think that maybe a little luck is involved, and there definitely is, somehow the same guys still seem to kind of
Well, it's
gravitate toward the top.
funny, we were talking about the Fargo rate and how, you know, um, how can the bar table and the 9-foot table count the same? But it seems to, the top players are going to win no matter what table you put them on. I don't want to gamble with Dennis Orcolo on a bar table or on a 9-foot table.
8-foot table, a
my
snooker table.
My chances of winning are about the same. Doesn't matter what table. Alrighty.
Jason Klatt getting ready to break.
Got the rack to his liking. This is a race to 9.
Control break makes the balls, and boy, he set that up pretty nice, didn't it? That come out very nice.
Yeah, read the corner ball. One ball came out nice.
About the only ball, the 4 balls sitting in a little bit of a funny spot, but it is definitely accessible to either corner.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's the 5 out there. So he's got to get down to that bottom rail. Okay, he's coming back.
He didn't want to get too flat because
Yeah,
he's got to get back way out to the middle of the
He's
table.
pretty straight. I think, yeah, he would have liked to have been up more about where that first diamond was.
So you go forward with this ball. Oh, he elects
played
to.
safe because
He didn't want to deal with it.
he was
just
so
wanted to play
straight. I don't
safe.
think there's anything he could have done.
So Ernesto gets his first opportunity at the table.
That's really pretty smart. Instead of going for something wild, it's first game. Don't let your opponent come to the table, with anything that's going to get him started.
Well, and if you really look at the lay of the table, I mean, like, let's say that he had just shot the 4 ball and stopped it for the 5 ball. The 6 was really no great position from there either. So
Right.
Ernesto gets the hit, but the cue ball ends up in the drink.
Jason ends up with ball in hand, which now if he doesn't have the right angle to get on the 5, it's all on him. He gets the exact angle he wants. The 6 doesn't look like it passes the 8.
He's got 2 ways of doing it here. He could shoot the 4 and kind of draw it back to the middle of the table. He could come from the other side of the 4 and follow it down the table. I think he's just kind of thinking about both possibilities here.
Yeah, he's looking at where.
Looks like he wants to follow
See,
a little bit.
That's the way I like to play this shot. I can control follow a lot better than draw.
That really is a player preference, I think, as far as like how you'd want to play that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so he's got a nice angle here. I think he'll come around the 7 and try to probably bump the 8.
Yeah, I don't think the 6, and looking at it, the 6 ball does not seem to go by the 8 ball, so.
This is the shot right here. Well, he's going to draw into the 8. He tried to get the 9.
And if he can hit the 6, it's very thinly.
This is me. I'm firing at the kick, hoping the 9 goes cross side.
Well, that's right. It's not 10 ball. It's
That's
9
right,
ball,
it's
so
not-
slop counts. So
It's not 10 ball anymore. Give it a ride.
he's a 755. Yeah, I don't think he like goes for the splash too often in a tournament for sure. He's playing safe here.
Nice. Look
Uh,
at this. He should have took
he
my.
did. He took the oh my goodness.
See, if he'd have fired it,
Took the Brett Baker approach, and
he'd be up 1-0 right now.
that's right. And Ernesto just is going to elect to run these balls out instead of trying to splash in the 9 or carom or something like that. Because they're all sitting pretty wide open.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice way to get your first win.
Saw Ernesto play in the 8-ball, the U.S. Open 8-ball tournament. Oh, he and Oscar both played in that. That was quite a treat. That was the first time.
Guarantee they didn't play each other.
No, they did not play each other. No.
I've had that argument with Oscar several times. They will not play each other. One of them just forfeits, and I said, man, you know, you're right. As a fan, I would love to see the two of you go at it.
I was watching them today. They were warming up on different tables.
Yeah,
they were not even.
I don't think
playing
I've
each other in
ever
practice.
seen them hit balls together. No, they'll warm up on side-by-side tables. They'll talk about pool, but
I've seen Ernesto stand and watch Oscar from kind of a distance and vice versa. But yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it, I never have seen them play together.
I'm sure when Oscar was young and coming up,
Oh, you can bet. Yeah, that's.
he got beat on plenty.
But isn't that? I mean, that's the way a lot of people really kind of. It stokes the fire a little bit. You know, when I first started playing in college, I got beat every day for the longest time, but it made me want to become better. you know,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I remember one of my daughters, we were out playing golf. You should take it easy on me. I said, if I take it easy on you, you're not going to feel good when you beat me. And now they all just crush me. So,
Well, there you go.
and they feel great about it.
They probably would have been happy to beat you even if you let them win, but that's all right. I think they're trying to get rid of the magic rack there.
Yeah.
Well, things are setting pretty spread out here. No significant clumps or anything like that.
Bumped the 3, didn't get on it quite like he'd like to, but he should be fine. He'll cut this down the lower left and come across table for the 4.
Oh, wow, that was a nice shot. Very nice stroke.
Yeah, now they all lay pretty good. Yeah, I remember watching Ernesto as far back as like the mid
Absolutely.
to late 80s,
right.
in the old
Yeah.
Sands Reno Open tournaments. always been a great player.
He kind of gives a little shake of the head. He's pretty straight in.
Well, yeah, but he was on the rail. He didn't like being.
Well, straight in and on the rail, yeah. Now he's got a. Does he draw this or does he come around 3 rails?
No, I think
Looks like he's
he'll draw
drawing.
to the side rail and back out. Especially on a bar table.
Oh, he hit that well. He hit that one really well. He's sitting good now. Well, Ernesto Dominguez with a 2-game lead over Jason Klatt.
It's up 2-0.
Will he now? He now will become the favorite. 58% according to Fargo rates. Well, Ernesto with that last break and got that nice spread. Had a couple of positional, things to try to work out in the beginning, but he worked it out. Got out.
Yeah, he worked through that rack really well.
No, like what the
You're not going to come up with too many situations he hasn't seen before.
probably not. The one ball was sitting a little bit better, but kind of got kicked up table a little bit. He can definitely make it in this side, but it's not sitting as well as it was before it got
Pretty
kicked.
nice layout here. We'll cut this one in, go 3 rails. Oof, got close to that.
Oh,
I think
wow.
he may be hooked.
Well, he sure doesn't seem to like it.
Ernesto gets up to look to see. Because he didn't bump it, he just rolled right up to it. Wow. That's just kind of an error that
He elects to just go ahead and play a safety there.
yeah, I mean, it was really a rack that was just laying there for the running, and one little mistake like that. Looks like Ernesto can see. Okay, he's kicking. That's really good.
Yeah, it looks like he is blocked here. Straight toward the 4 ball. Might be able to curve this a little bit though. Yeah, he's gonna do a little curve, try to get it around the impeding ball. Oh. Nicely done there, and they're sitting.
Yep, nicely
sitting
done, and
pretty
he
good
put
now.
himself in perfect line to. Surprised he played it that way, but that combination must be.
Yeah, it's on. All right, well, that's a 3-0 lead. That's a pretty quick lead he jumps out to.
3-0, and he's breaking. So he's won 2 out of those 3 off of Jason's break.
You play in those little confined spaces sometimes in the bar table, but you would think that he was pretty open there. There were not too many balls tied up that, and he managed to unfortunately get right up against that ball.
It's amazing how one ball different and just the way you rack them. You don't get the clusters in 9 ball that you tend to in even in 10 ball. You don't have to hit the brake as hard. You don't have to,
Right,
there's just a lot of.
for sure. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they break. A lot of the players break for the 8 ball. That'll
Pretty
be an
much the
interesting.
same way they do in 10 ball, but you got a few of them that like the second ball down break. It's the one in the side.
Doesn't want the 3 to go
And,
too far.
well, he's going to have a 3-4 combination if he chooses to shoot that.
Probably the most viable shot of all the ones that he has, I think. Let's see. I'm guessing he's shooting a 3-4.
Cue ball may be going right in towards the 9
I'm sure he wouldn't mind
if
that
he
either.
shoots the shot.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind that either. He actually used the 9 to
Kind of
hit
hold
the
the cue
9
ball.
and
Yeah,
kind of
that's
hold it, and
kind of what I was thinking. Like,
was
well,
pretty nifty little shot there. Well, Ernesto definitely looking pretty strong here.
see where Oscar gets his expression on his face.
Oh, I'm
Ernesto's the
sure
same
there's
way.
a lot there. Yeah.
Nothing changes. He just.
Well, when these guys are running out the rack, they just don't even give you most of the time even a hope. You're just sitting there just watching them just plow through it like nothing.
And Jason says, all right.
Yeah,
Time to take a little break here.
Jason wants to take a moment to.
Gonna go wash his hands and his face and let's start over. Well, January, we've got the 2018 CSI Arizona State 8-Ball Championships. The beautiful Casino del Sol in Tucson, Arizona. And then in February, we got the BCAPL Michigan State Championships from the Soaring Eagle Casino. Those are both nice casinos. Then in March, we've got the Wisconsin State Championship from the Hyatt Regency in Green Bay. And the one everybody's looking forward to in July,
The big one.
BCAPL World Championships.
The granddaddy of them all.
It truly is the greatest pool tournament in the world.
Do you remember the first time you ever walked into nationals in Las Vegas and saw all the tables and
I
everything?
do, and it's just one of those things. It's like the first time you see the ocean or the Grand Canyon or something. It's like, wow.
And what I didn't realize, yes, I agree. I walk in and see this ocean of tables, right? And I like, wow, that's incredible. I didn't realize there was a room just as big down the hall.
Yeah, yeah. Then you find out, oh, well, this is only half of them. There's another
Yeah.
huge big room. We set up a regional tournament in Lincoln City, Oregon, 80 tables, and people will come in there and go, wow, this is the biggest room full of tables I've ever seen. And I said, I said, this room is about the size of the practice room at Nationals.
Yeah, if you've never been, what a great time it is down at Nationals. Great competition and just a lot of fun.
Well, we can't call it Nationals anymore, though. It's the
Well, that's true.
World
I'm sorry, the
Championships.
World
So
Championships.
it's
You're
going to be
right.
the Worlds.
Oh, he overcut that a little
Man.
bit and still went.
Well,
Oh, wow.
and then he
Jeez.
mixed. He is just really
How they
struggling.
rolling, Jason? How they rolling?
Well, he's just a little off, and this match has not started the way he was planning.
Right, because if he hits that, doesn't hit that, underhit that, he ends up not pocketing the two.
Right.
That one ball goes in, he's got just a completely different situation. So,
Yep, if he hit the one correctly, he would not have made the two.
gave that a heck of a try, though.
He had to just kind of give it a ride, and he's left
Four
us.
ball can be, he can hit the full four ball. The question is,
Well, looks like he's got a 4-9 combination here. That's what he's looking at. And he just creeps it in.
he nails it.
That's what you call pocket speed right there.
Well, if you're Jason, I mean, you gotta just be going like, what the heck? Just what
Like
just
your snake.
happened here?
Feel like your snake bit, but you know, you're playing with the snake.
88%. And I'll tell you, Ernesto has not blinked once. I mean,
No,
he has.
he's
He,
all business.
yeah, absolutely. He has not opened the door even a little crack.
He's really just taking advantage of the opportunities that are given to him, and
Well, he's getting out, and you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, he's just doing what he's supposed to do.
yep.
He's doing what he's supposed to do. Comes up to break again here. Now an 88% favorite according to Fargo rate to win this match. Oh, but he scratched. Oh, no, he
my
doesn't
goodness,
scratch.
wow.
How did that cue ball stay out of the side?
Yeah, the two.
I thought it was going to scratch on its own, and then the two ball comes and hits it and it doesn't
I'm like,
go
oh,
in.
the two ball's gonna knock it in, and it just. And he hadn't made a ball yet either, so I mean,
And Jason's just got to be, are you kidding me?
yeah, the last ball rolling keeps the cue ball from scratching and goes in.
And the balls are sitting so nice now. Oh, wow. Most of them down at the same end, but the 8 ball in the middle of the table, perfect transition down for the 9 ball. Got pretty straight on this one.
He's
Oh,
actually
I
got a
guess he
little
does
angle
have
to
a
come
little
in, yeah,
angle.
because he was like right on the rail. Yeah, he wanted to come a little further for that, I think.
Kind of the 50-yard line, but
He'll be fine.
right as you, what a great shot view that was, is right down the pipe. Wow. Well, Ernesto's definitely getting out from
6-0.
pretty much
Race to
everywhere.
9. Where you get down this far, and alternating break is really, really tough.
Well, especially when the guy's making balls. Like if
Yeah.
if your opponent
Ernesto
isn't
doesn't.
making balls, that's a whole different story. But
Yeah, Ernesto doesn't look like he's going to be giving up too many games on his break.
no. All right. Well, he made a ball here, and
Yeah, he's got a bit of a tough one ball cut down here, but should be able to handle that. It looks like the 2 goes in the side. Put you on the 4 and into 5. Ooh, thought he was going to scratch.
no, almost near the side pocket too. But he managed to avoid all of
He managed to get perfect.
the landmines there. Oh, he's sitting good now. Stop here.
Yeah, it looks like Jason's finally going to get on the board.
And draw this back just a little bit. He wants to get a downward angle, shoot the 6 ball so he can come back. Ooh.
That one kind of, yeah.
And he got all
wiggled its way in.
used the full pocket on that one, but it went in. So he can go down to the top rail or just draw it straight back, whatever he prefers to do.
I think he really wanted to get dead straight on this ball. All right, Jason Klatt looks like he's going to slide his first bead.
I mean, that's pretty.
Flip his first card over there.
One of the things I find amazing is, so Jason hasn't really had that many opportunities to run racks so far in this game, and he comes up out of the seat, and look at the strokes he put into those shots.
Yeah.
Just the ability to be able to come out of the chair, and do that.
You see these guys go over. You can't really see him on TV right now, but he goes over. First thing he does, pick up his phone, start texting. Oh, I won that game.
How does my hair look on the stream, Mom?
I don't know. That's just something I never. When I'm playing, my phone's in my pocket.
It just seems like a lot of things are going Ernesto's way right now. He's shooting great, and the balls just sort of seem to be kind of cooperating with that too.
that in nicely.
4-ball.
Four-ball's a little funny, but I
I don't think it goes in the. It,
he,
it
I think
definitely
it
does
goes.
not go by the 9. I don't
I
think.
think it go, well, I know it goes in the side he's standing there by, but I'm not sure about the. I think it goes in either side. It's hard to
He's
tell.
giving it some thought here. Boy, you gotta land. You gotta cut this 3-ball and hit that with perfect speed and angle to get be able to play that 4-ball in the corner.
Well, he's got a real good angle to just go over to the side rail and out for that shot. He's absolutely perfect.
Wow.
Absolutely perfect.
How'd he hit that one?
Exactly like he wanted to. But he walked over and looked at it, and
Sometimes he's definitely seems like he's in the groove, and he put that ball on a dime.
Ernesto goes up 7-1.
Okay, so now you're Jason Klatt. You're down 7-1. You have to be thinking, okay, I'm just gonna. You start climbing the hill one step at a
Well,
time.
one shot at a time. I mean, it sounds like a cliche, but
One game at
you're
a
not
time.
going to win 8 games
Right. You have to win.
with one
You
swing
have
of
to
the
win
cue.
this game in order to get to the next game. So let's see.
You got to take care of your business here and then hope. Pray, whatever. He's got a nice layout here.
Yes, he does. He absolutely has
One ball tracked up towards
nice
the corner pocket.
opportunity
Nice. Put the cue ball in the center of the table.
Well, a lot of the balls are right in the middle of the table, so that makes them very accessible once you kind of get on them.
Jason has just had a little trouble in this match. Just staying in line, and even here he's got a little more angle on this too than he wanted. Ran into the 9.
Still got the 3, I believe.
He's just fighting himself.
But now the 4, that's kind of, he's got the 4-ball.
Really, they lay pretty good.
The
4, the 5's right there, the 6. But he's lucky he didn't tie up the 8 and 9. He'll probably go down to the bottom rail and back up.
Well, Jason Klatt making quick work of this rack. And there you have it, 7-2.
Right,
Well,
7-2.
now Ernesto's
As soon as Ernesto finishes his test.
sending a text. Well,
That was a little surprising.
now I'm only a 94% favorite to win this match.
Yeah, he's looking at the Fargo rate to see what percentage. I wasn't that surprised when I saw Jason on his phone, but when I looked over and saw Ernesto, I was like, well, no, that's a little surprising. That's a different generation right there.
Ernesto's cool too, though, so he's into that. He was probably Facebooking.
Probably trying to figure out how to turn his flip phone off. I just kid. Oscar stopped by to check the score.
Well, that's really the first time that he hasn't had a straight in shot off the break.
Yeah.
He can still make it off the rail.
You know,
This is
Ernesto's hitting the balls a little harder than Jason.
well, he's also coming from much further out. He's coming off the long rail as opposed to off the short rail. I like his chances to make this ball here.
Yeah, I think he can go to the side rail and
It's
he's
kind of a
coming all the
natural
way-
shot.
and that'll help
rail
him.
to come out three.
It'll help him
three
come all the
rails,
way down
yeah.
for the
Yep.
4.
Ooh. He doesn't want to mess around with that stuff too much.
Now the 8 and 5 are tied up, and he's hooked on the 4.
Well, no, I think he can hit the 4.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
He can hit the 4, but it doesn't do him that much good because the 5 ball now is inaccessible as far as being able to make it.
Right.
I see a 4 ball pocketed and a safety coming up.
I think you are correct.
He's gonna try to slide. He's gonna try to thin off that 5 ball, come back around behind the 9. I think.
Yeah, slide the 5 behind the 8 and try to get the cue ball behind the 9, and he's done it very well.
Oh.
Well,
I think he can.
he bumped the 9.
Might be able to spin around that ball. He might even. No, I don't think he can hit it straight on, but he can definitely spin it.
When they hit them, they look really good, and then when you look at the aftermath, you're like, oh man.
He's not spinning that ball at all. He might be able to see that thing straight on.
Well, you can see a piece of it. Wow, he was able to cross bank it. Well, this is what Jason needed, an opportunity on Ernesto's break.
Absolutely. Like you said, you start building that. You start walking that path one step at a time.
Yeah, that's. These guys have all come back from huge deficits, so it's not like.
Absolutely.
And every time he wins a game, you know, the pressure becomes a little more on the other side.
Absolutely. Well, and just the importance of making a ball on the break and having position off the break.
This is huge for Jason here to break and run this rack and let Ernesto know that this game's not over, this match.
Ernesto still listed by Fargo Rate as a 91% favorite in the match.
Well, he only needs 2 games.
Yeah.
All right, he gets the ball. He's got the 1 ball. These look pretty good.
Yeah, those look real good.
Jason's going to be pretty happy right now. Balls are breaking good. Got to stay mentally focused. Can't afford any kind of a letdown or silly error.
I mean, when you go back, there were really one or two shots that you can point to, like the one where he made the shot and just got tied up to that 6 ball and just hooked him just by a
Yeah.
hair. And then the one where he kind of undercut that ball, made the 1 ball and the 2 ball at the same time, and hooked on the 3. That was
Yeah, it was his first couple of games that he broke. And, you know, funny little things like that happen, but he didn't get out, and
and to
Ernesto
Ernesto's
did.
credit, he took full advantage of both
Oh,
of those
sure.
things. I'll certainly hope you're enjoying the action here.
I am. Thanks, Gennaro.
Not you. I don't care if
Oh,
you're enjoying it or not.
oh, okay. Hey, what better way to spend a Tuesday evening than watching some pool?
Well, there is 7-4.
Yep, the gap keeps closing. It was what, 7-1?
Yes. 7-1, and we had Jason coming up to break, and we were talking about, just starting off with that first rack, and
Yeah,
he broke and got out there. And
pretty important for Ernesto now to
this is a big. I
not let
feel like
this.
it kind of feels like this is a momentum game here, doesn't it? A little bit like
If he, you feel like if he breaks and gets out in this game,
it would be very tough for Jason.
he's going to win the
Yeah,
match.
right.
If he somehow doesn't get out this game, and then yeah, doubt starts to creep
Gets a little more
in.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And I think he knows that this is.
Yeah, it feels like a big game.
Well, he made multiple balls, got a really nice shot on the one.
And
This is
it
exactly what
lines
he
up.
needed.
Oh, wow.
His heart rate probably went from like 38 to 39 after that. Uh, was kidding Oscar the other day. Man, I'd love to have a heart monitor on you, see if it ever gets above 40. He's why I practiced that. I said, hey, it was a compliment.
Very
All right,
nicely
yep.
done. Just skirts right around that 8 ball and oh, get up there.
Well, he's come up a little short here. Boy, when he hit it, I thought, man, he didn't hit that very hard.
Well, the good news is that he can feel free to really kind of put a stroke into this ball because the cue ball is gonna come up to this end of the table naturally, which is where he wants to be anyway.
All right, he recovered there nicely. He doesn't want that right on the rail, but he should be okay here.
9 ball can be made from pretty much anywhere.
Yeah,
So
yeah, he's not having to worry about shape. He just
he's able to fully focus on just pocketing that 8 ball, and that's going in.
done nicely. All right, so Ernesto reaches the hill at 8-4. Jason was like, doggone it, just when things were starting to turn around for me.
I'm trying to recall. I mean, other than the break, I think he had one break where he didn't uh, couldn't get out. That's right, where he tied up the 5 ball. That's really the only time I think that he's sort of had a
I think Ernesto, yeah, has broken ran all but one,
yeah.
and Jason won that game. The one time he did get a shot. Look at this 4 ball.
Wow. He's just I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
it's
push.
okay. I'm
Just gonna
pushing,
push out.
and I'm
He didn't even take a like 30 seconds
well.
to
It's
come
just
up with
okay.
that. So
This is
yeah.
not gonna be my. It's like okay, things were turning around. Now you're on the hill. I break. Get hooked by the last ball rolling.
Right. And I think that's not the first time that happened to him either.
It's like here, I'll put you here. If you get out, you deserve it.
Well, there's
Missed the one.
an opportunity maybe. Oh
All
yeah.
right.
Well, it's open. Well, that push out by Jason seemed kind of more almost like a punt in a way, but somehow he's back at the table.
Well, according to our statistician down there, Jason Klatt has a 225%
225% chance
to
to win
win.
now. That's good.
Like, maybe he knows something we don't know.
They decided this game was going to count for 5 points before they started.
Like, hang on. I gotta get some bets down on Jason real quick. Well, he handled this rack nice. Eight to
Well, he is
5.
down, but he's still
Well, Ernesto would like to just end
fighting.
this right here.
Oh, you can bet Ernesto wants to put this to bed right now with this break. So far, he's been breaking pretty well. Let's see how it goes. He's been breaking from the long rail, pretty hard break compared to Jason's more controlled break. Two balls in.
Got a ball. He's got shape. I think he's happy. You can tell as he skips around the table, jumping, pumping his fist.
He's got the one ball here.
Oh.
I don't think his expression has changed at all from the minute the match started. It's been exactly the same since the moment the match started.
That was kind of a treat during the Moscone Cup to see Oscar like actually show some emotion. I was like, wow, he can.
I mean, you can just tell he is feeling good. I mean, he's just shooting these balls You know, the nice letting the stroke out when he has to.
Well, he hit that one a much better speed than the last time he had that shot.
Very much so. Yeah, you come up a little short on that
Yeah.
sixth the other time.
When he got ready to shoot that, I go, well, this is the same shot. Well, he's just got to get on that 7, get on 7 to the 8.
So, which side does he play on?
I
here?
think he comes down below the 7 and then comes across the table for the. Just, whoa, you only get 2 straight.
No, he's
It's
got.
2 straight.
I think he can drive it to the top rail and back out, or he can draw out of it a little bit
Yeah.
here. But you're right; it is straighter than I think he would really like.
Don't get behind the 9.
Gonna happen with
Don't
the 9.
get
Oh,
behind the 9. He's okay.
and Jason's just like,
And
well,
so Jason's like, all right. Well, folks, there it is. Ernesto Dominguez takes this match 9-5. We will have the last match of the night coming up at 8:30.